We've made lots of gains. In isolation, none of them are probably that great, but put as a collective, they've improved the quality of building workers' lives in this state.
During the 1980s and 90s, the years of campaigning began to pay off, and significant gains were made. The 38-hour week was one, and superannuation, redundancy pay, across-the-board wage rises and portable long-service leave were delivered to members.
We ran a campaign for 43 years to win portable long-service leave. Everything was all about, you go and biff the boss up a little bit on an industrial campaign, there'd be a little bit of an agreement what the money would be, then you had to find a way you could deliver it and get around the guidelines, and if it did, it flowed into the award. Everybody under that award picked it up. Well, we started to see a movement away from that.
With the introduction of enterprise bargaining, the union adopted new tactics to suit the new environment. Strategic industrial action was used to outflank employers and the government, and industry-wide outcomes were delivered. At a national level, the push to create super unions was underway. The long-standing objective of creating a single industrial union for Queensland building workers was close to being realised. The BWRU, the Painters Union and the FEDFA were amalgamated. The CFMEU in Queensland was born.
The old saying, there's strength in unity, and I think there's strength in amalgamation, and that's what we push for, a bigger union, and I think it's survival without it. I think we would have been probably in 2 or 3 small industries, and that's about it.
Just when the union's future seemed secure, the Howard government was elected and wasted no time implementing its anti-union agenda. From 1996 to 2005, the CFMEU forged ahead despite the increasingly hostile environment. After the 36-hour week was won in 2003, the Howard government created an industry-specific police force with extraordinary powers to interrogate, detain and fine construction workers. The methods successfully employed by building workers for nearly 150 years were now outlawed. But when the Howard government extended the attack to all workers through the introduction of work choices, they lost the support of the Australian people. The union movement mounted an unprecedented political campaign to focus community anger on the extreme laws.
And it's something that the Tories never understand, is what it means for the workers to have some rights to say, no, I will not do that, no, I will not expose myself to that risk, and no, I won't work for less. I think probably the proudest time I did have actually as an official is a lot of young workers I'd never seen. They weren't regular actives coming up to this office for flags one day as we were going to one of those big rallies, the Your Rights national rallies. And the young blokes had said, well, the bosses have threatened us to sack us. Well, they can't fucking sack us all, or they can't jail us all, but we're going to the rally anyway. And you know, building workers en masse worked off, even though the federal government had been out on the media saying, you know, you will be fined, this, that and the other, and workers walked off. And these were just young workers. A lot of people say, you know, Generation Y is all about self. Well, these were Generation Y, and they were out there, and they wanted to be seen in a union T-shirt with a union banner and saying, up yours. And I think that's the Australian way.
And we've campaigned behind the scenes, at workplaces, through the media, through different venues, formats, community events, not just our members, but also their families, everyone associated with it, to highlight how bad some of the things that Howard has done for this country, not just through workplace laws that are draconian over the top, but some of the other aspects of what Howard's been doing.
In 2007, the Howard government was defeated. But the 150-year-long fight for shorter hours and better working conditions continues.
I've got no doubt that there's not just a continuity, but a link on the basis of shorter hours. History sometimes repeats itself, and the workers themselves achieved the outcome. They won it, and half the battle is now to actually lay the foundations and keep it intact.
People should take a step back and remember that, you know, we know it's yesterday and things move on, but those things are still basic principles in my mind.
The members are proud of their achievements of building this great state over the last 150 years. Sometimes our industry doesn't talk enough about what they've achieved because Our industry's got the habit of just building it and moving on, but there's no doubt that they're very proud of their achievements, and so they should be.
When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood has run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. But what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? 'Tis the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong.
Is there aught we hold in common with the greedy parasite, who would lash us into serfdom and would crush us with his might? Is there anything left for us to do but organize and fight? For the union makes us strong.